Hey, what's up guys? Today we're here in the Harry Potter land of Universal Studios, Diagon Alley. We're gonna check out the Leaky Cauldron. We're gonna try a couple of their foods and see which one's the best. All right, let's eat. All right, this is like an LCD menu they have in here. I wanted to show you guys. It shows everything that they're offering. It's pretty quiet right now. We came pretty early. I think it's 11:15-ish, which is kind of a good tip if you're coming to Universal, and maybe do like a late breakfast and have your lunch at this time. Less people in line, so that helps out. Otherwise, I'm sure the queue here will get super packed. Fire whiskey sounds pretty good. I love whiskey. Bourbon whiskey, that is. I love any whiskey. I don't discriminate. Oh, wow. You can't really see that, but here you can. So we're here inside the Leaky Cauldron. It's pretty dark in here, so I had to turn on the lights. But here we have, I've had butterbeer before, but I never had the frozen butterbeer. We're checking out now. Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Let's taste this and see how it is. Okay, super dark in here, so I'll have to use my light. Here it is. Frozen butterbeer. Tastes like a caramel slushy. It's delicious, and if you watch the other video with the Disney snacks, you know I love caramel. On top, let me show you guys. It's like a whipped cream. Like a whipped cream. It's delicious. You have to try this. This tastes pretty good. It tastes great, actually. All right. There's another thing we got. And that is the fire whiskey, a single only. Let me show you guys. This is what you get. I kind of thought it was going to be something else, but it's just, I forgot what the name of this whiskey is. The one that has cinnamon. I forgot the name of it. If you know the name of it, leave it in the comments, or I'll Google it. I'll Google it later. But let's try this. Oh, that's pure whiskey right there. Pure whiskey. Let me Google it real quick so I find out the name of it. Alright, so it's called Fireball Whiskey. I knew I recognized the flavor. Here you go. I guess you're supposed to drink it as a shot. You can get it as a single or as a double. It's pretty strong. I thought it was like gonna be like a mixed drink of some kind, but it's not. It's pure whiskey. So if you love whiskey like I do, this is a place where you could get some inside the parks. I don't know if they limit you, but it's still pretty cool. And we're waiting for the food, so it's a good thing we got these drinks. Who knows how long it's gonna take. All done. Now I'm thinking that maybe it was a shot and I sipped it, but that's how I like my whiskey anyway. I prefer, my favorite is Maker's Mark. The pricier one, I forgot what it's called. Maker's Mark 46. Yeah, that's the one I love. I can sip that all day. And get another little bit of this butterbeer. Pretty good. You definitely have to try the frozen butterbeer. I think this is better than the regular one. Definitely. Alright, so now we're just going to wait for the food. Alright, since I'm waiting here and I'm bored, I decided to add a little butterbeer to the rest of the Fireball that I had, the Fireball whiskey. Let's see how it is. That's probably the closest to like a liquor what do they call it here? Fire whiskey that you're gonna have, and that was pretty good. They should do that. They should sell that together. Tastes pretty good. The cinnamon and caramel. All right, so we'll just keep on waiting for our food now. All right, guys. So it wasn't too long of a wait. Let me show you guys the first dish we got here, and I don't know them all off the top of my head. This is the beef and lamb stew. It comes with a side salad, and it looks like a tomato with some little bit of seasoning. And once again, it's super dark in here, so I have to use my lights. This is the lamb and beef stew. It's inside of like a bread bowl. Let me show you guys the next plate. This is the bangers and mash plate. Comes with some split peas, the tomato. I don't know if that's, I guess that's the thing in England, tomatoes. And you get some, like, it looks like steamed vegetables right here. And I don't know what's on top of the bangers, top of the sausages here. Is that like a, maybe like a cabbage of some kind? We'll find out once we taste it. And next up, we got the fish and chips. Fish and chips, we got our little potato wedges, we got lemons, and we got some tartar sauce. And for dessert, we got the Butterbeer Potted Cream. And this is how it comes here. This was closed up. Opened it up here. And this is what you get. It's pretty nice. Alright, let's start with the first thing on the, not on the menu, but on the list that we have here. Alright guys, we're going to start with the fish and chips. Fish and chips, it's North Atlantic cod, battered and fried. And it comes with these potato wedges that they call chips. And tartar sauce. Let's open this up. And lemon. So let me actually sort of drizzle that lemon on top. Make sure you don't eat the seeds because then it's going to be like bitter. But, alright, let's give this a taste. Fish and chips up close. Can you see it closely?
Yeah.
Alright, here's the fish and chips up close. Let me snap it in half, see how crispy it is. Ooh, that's steaming. Steaming hot. I don't know if you can see the steam on the camera, but it's steaming in here. You can see the steam. Alright, let's try it out by itself. Super crispy. Our fish is well seasoned. Very tasty. Even by itself, I just eat that fish on its own. Very crunchy. I don't think it's beer batter, but that batter has a lot of seasoning too. It's delicious. Your little tartar sauce action here. Oh wow. 1,000 times better with the tartar sauce. You need the tartar sauce. That makes everything worth it. Delicious. Let me try these chips. Which in the US, these are potato wedges. They're really good. They have like a seasoning crust on them. You can see. Tastes really good.
The potato wedges are gluten-free.
Gluten-free?
Yeah.
Okay. We were just told by one of the employees that these are gluten-free also. Even though they have a seasoning crust on them. So if you have celiacs or if you're just on like a diet, these are great for you to have. Well, there's still the carbs in the potato, but I'd rather have the potato wedges either way. Let me dip them also. We didn't get any. Oh, some ketchup here, right in the side.
Yeah.
What else do we have here? Steak sauce, mustard. What is this last one? Malt vinegar. I have no idea what you would use this for. Malt vinegar, maybe for the salad. I really don't know. There's salt and pepper here too. As you know, since I'm showing everything, all of the condiments, I might as well show you the salt and pepper. Let's get a little ketchup on here. We'll put it back in its place because, as you know, if you're married, you put things where they go. Otherwise, you get in trouble. All right, the potato wedge or the chips with some ketchup. Good. One thing, if the fries are seasoned, right, and you add ketchup to it, I feel that sometimes the ketchup overpowers it. So don't add too much ketchup. Moral of the story. Just a little tad is good enough. And they're super crunchy, these fries, or wedges, or chips, or they have so many names, so many synonyms. Call it whatever you want. All right, another bite of these, of the fish with the tartar sauce, because with the tartar sauce, 1,000 times better. Remember, you don't want something if it's 1 times better. You're better off having something if it's 1,000 times better. Super crispy, delicious. Oh, now I got a little bit of that lemon flavor. That's amazing. All right, let's go on to the next thing. I gotta prepare. I gotta cleanse my palate for the next dish. All right, guys, we're moving on to the next thing. I don't have everything on this dish memorized, so this is the beef and lamb Guinness Stew. So Guinness, if you don't know what that is, it's a beer. So this is stewed. If you know what a stew is, it's slowly simmered in a broth, and so they add Guinness beer to the broth and simmer it at least for a couple hours. Okay, it's not something very fast, and it makes the meat super tender. So that's what's special about stews. And this one, it's a combination of beef and lamb with chunky root vegetables, and they serve it in a warm, crusty bread. So let me see if the bread is actually, it's holding up pretty well actually. I'm trying to squish it. I'm trying to destroy it. Let me do it up here. It's holding up pretty well. I thought it would fall apart. Oh, it comes with a side salad. It looks like spinach, arugula maybe, romaine lettuce, and you get a tomato here. And you get a choice of ranch, blue cheese, or Italian dressing. I went with the Ken's Ranch this time. Next time I'll try the other two. Who knows which one's better. I don't know why I got ranch. I was probably thinking like buffalo wings. But let's taste this out. Let's pour this on here. Let's drench it. Let's drown it. All right, let's go with the salad first. Let's grab a little spinach, a little arugula, a little romaine lettuce, a little bit of everything. Now let me show you guys. All right, pretty good. The salad. It doesn't really burst with flavor. When you have a salad, you put dressing on it, all the flavor that comes through is from the dressing. So it tastes like a ranch spinach, basically. And spinach by its own is a little bit bitter. So you definitely want to add something to it. I keep seeing these tomatoes in all of these dishes. Let me show this on the camera too. Okay, so I don't know if it's like seasoned. I thought it was black pepper, but I'm not really sure what it is. So let's cut into it, give it a taste, see what it's all about. It's like slightly seasoned. It's not black pepper though. I'm not really sure what it is. It tastes good and it's definitely seasoned. It's not like just a raw tomato. All right, the moment of truth. Let's cut into this bread bowl. Oh. Maybe I shouldn't cut into it yet. Let me taste it from the top first. And let me show you what we're working with here. Look at that. There's carrots I can see. Mostly carrots. I think there's potatoes in there too. Let's see if I get beef or lamb in this bite. That one's beef. And that tastes pretty good. That's a good stew right there. It tastes good. The sauce is nice and thick. I don't think they use cornstarch to thicken the sauce, which a lot of places do when they're doing stew. So because I'm not getting a lot of that cornstarch flavor coming through. Let's see if we get some lamb. Let's open this up a bit. Okay, this time I got a little piece of bread too. That's good. That's delicious. Oh my god. I definitely get this again. Let me try the bread. At least a little piece of it. Wow, this bread is thick. This bread is thick. This bread is all about that bread. Super thick. No wonder it's not falling apart when I squished it. That's some good bread. It tastes like I don't know what kind of bread. Like a whole wheat bread, kind of? I know there's wheat in this bread. It's not your typical bread flour bread. Let me see if I can take a look at it in the sunlight. That's like a white bread, but it has like a little bit of a whole wheat kind of flavor. It's very dense. Very dense. I guess that's why it holds up so well. Interestingly, I've taken like 3 bites. I haven't gotten any lamb yet. And it's hard to tell, what piece is lamb, obviously, once it's all cut. Let me try one more piece just to see if I could get some lamb in there. Might have been lamb. The texture was a little bit different on that meat. That's why I'm thinking it. But it didn't really have that lamb flavor. So I'm not sure. Where's the lamb? Where is the lamb? like Ramsay says, where's the lamb sauce? But I'm looking for the lamb itself in here. I don't know what the ratio is of lamb to beef. But I have to stop here. About a quarter of the way, no lamb, only beef. I don't know. It should have lamb meat in it. I don't know. We'll move on to the next one. If we find it as we eat, I'll definitely mention it at the end of the video, okay? Okay. Up next is the bangers and mash. You know what I'm curious most about trying? What is this on top? Is it cabbage? It looks like super cooked cabbage, right? I'm not 100% sure. It is cabbage. Sauteed. Maybe like a braised cabbage. Very tender. Like fell apart. It was like butter. All right. Let's try this. The sausage, the bangers, the star of the show. Getting a good look there. All right. Let's see. Got a nice snap to it. Wow. You know what? It tastes like a bratwurst. Delicious. Tastes like a bratwurst. It's seared. So that's good. Let's try a little bit of the mashed potatoes and the gravy. And you get some of that cabbage on top. That's delicious. I think I got a piece of broccoli in there. But it tasted good. The sauce is good on here. It's kind of like almost like a demi-glace. It's like a beef stock gravy with a couple peas in there. I know a lot of people like peas and mashed potatoes, and the combination actually works really well. Those peas, they're crispy. Let's see. There's some kind of vegetable here. I don't know what it is. I think it's potato. And there's a piece of carrot in there. It wasn't a potato. Not a potato. It might be a turnip, actually. Yeah, that's a turnip. All right. Let's have a piece of this tomato again, because they put this on every dish. And I'm curious about how they make this. Because there's definitely some seasoning on there. There you go. It's seasoned, and if you look at the skin there, you can definitely tell that it was cooked somehow, because the skin has burst on it. Otherwise it'd be smooth, silky smooth. Not sauteed, maybe like flash baked. Oh, you could also see on the top of it, now that I'm looking at it, it's a bit shriveled up. It's definitely maybe baked or passed through like some fire a little bit. It has good flavor, it's seasoned. I can't really tell what the flavor profile is on it. Because the flavor on it is just a tad. It's not overly flavored. Have another piece of the tomato. Maybe I can figure it out. Salt. Tastes kind of like earthy. I think it might be some kind of herb, maybe. And maybe they do bake it because you see a little black specks on top. Let me have a piece of the carrot with some of that gravy. Great. This is definitely a nice little plate for you to come eat with your family if you're down here in Universal. It is a quick service restaurant, which means that you order your food and you the other quick service restaurants, you bring your food to the table, but here you get a number and then they bring you your food out, which is kind of like this. There's a lot of employees around, so they're not necessarily your waiters, but if you need help, they'll give you help. Whatever you need, they'll help you out. Okay? And you do get like everything you need here. Ketchup, mustard. I forgot what this was. Steak sauce. I don't think they serve steak here though. And the malt vinegar, I have no clue what to use it for. There's one last thing we have to try, and that's the Butterbeer Potted Cream. Okay, I've never had this before. Let me just get a little bit of butterbeer first. And I have to use a fork because that's all we have here. You get a fork and a knife. All right, let me show you this up close. Oh, the texture is very creamy, held together well. If you look here, none of it is spilling off of the fork. Let's see, maybe this is like a pudding, I guess, a butterbeer pudding, which would be like a caramel pudding. Sounds great, it's amazing. Caramel pudding. Oh, that's delicious. That's really good. That's too good, actually. If you come down here, this is a must buy. After one bite, I already know you have to buy this if you come to the Leaky Cauldron. Wow, that's delicious. It is a pudding. It's a caramel pudding. It's amazing. It's not overly sweet. It's perfect. And you get just the right amount of whipped cream, which is smaller than a spoonful. All right. I loved everything so far. Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for sticking around till the end. We had an awesome time. We had great food. I'm super tired. I'm sure you guys can tell in the video. My hair's a mess. It's so hot and humid down here. But we had a great time, so it was worth it. If you've never been to the Harry Potter area in Universal Studios, the quick service restaurant there is called Leaky Cauldron, and that's where we ate today. If you're gonna have only one dish from there, it has to be the fish and chips. It's so crispy, and when I snapped into it, you can see the steam rising. It was moist and flaky, and the tartar sauce was so fresh. It tasted amazing too. It was 1,000 times better with the tartar sauce. Why not? Why not dip it? The only thing I wish, because they give you 3 pieces of fish, they should give you 3 little cups of tartar sauce. What do you guys think? I definitely think they should. At least 2. At least 2, because we were running out towards the end. The beef and lamb stew in the bread roll was delicious too. I love beef stew. Beef stew, not soup. Beef stew. So I loved it. There wasn't a lot of lamb in there, actually, it turns out. There was only a few pieces, but I guess it depends whatever your portion gets. I'm sure they have it in a pot and they ladle it in there. So it's whatever you get, you get. You can't complain. But it was delicious. The bangers in mash is, it was a bratwurst. It tasted amazing, but I feel like you could get that elsewhere. You're better off trying the stew or getting the fish and chips, 100%. And definitely you have to get the frozen butterbeer. I've had the regular butterbeer before, but not as good as the frozen butterbeer. You get a little whipped cream topping on there. It's amazing. It's a caramel slushie. Who's not gonna love it? And the Butterbeer Potted Cream. It was a pudding. I think it was also maybe like a meringue pudding mix. It's delicious. It's so rich, creamy, decadent. The caramel flavor is amazing. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. All right, guys. Don't forget to eat, drink, and be merry.